Hey, good evening. Welcome back. So yeah, amazing day today. Yeah, loved it absolutely. So I just finished my 5 hours of webinar with my customers in terms of sales trainings, and I'm like, still, you can see the super excited because I would love to come back to this community and kind of give to them something very new. So yeah. Um, so I thought, what should I talk about? And suddenly, there was a call from one of my friends, and she had something very interesting to say because she was in Hyderabad, and let's not name them. And she went all the way to Mumbai, and she was there with one of her friends. And she was supposed to stay for 15 days, and boom, after 6 days, she's back. I said, "क्या हो गया?" No, not my type. I said, okay, which is very interesting because they were dating for long, and then before Corona started, this COVID thing started, and finally they meet and there's a difference. So I thought, let's talk about love and relationships. Yeah, interested? Interested to know more? So yes, and then a couple of hours I did some studies, and I thought, let me present what I feel, and this is my personal opinion now. Okay, this is nothing. So if you differ with what I say, it's just okay. It's just okay. That's fine, right? So yeah, what we're going to do is talk about how to create those beautiful loving, meaningful relationships. Okay, so let's talk about that. And the first thing about creating a beautiful, loving relationships, I feel, um, is not to be dependent on others for the happiness. And if you understand what I'm trying to say, it's like many times it's being with someone that makes us happy. But I read somewhere it's like you need to be that someone that makes you happy. I know it's such a profound statement. And before I actually start doing that, I'm talking about love and relationships. Let's do a small meditation, okay? In terms of how to love yourself, because all people ask me how to love yourself. I'll have a different video done for that. But just before you get into this, let's try an experiment, okay? And close your eyes, take a deep breath, hold, let it go. Let's try again. Hold, and then let it go. And then just feel within, feel your breath. Because if you can control your breath, that's what helps us be in peace with ourselves. And just say to yourself, I love you. I care for you. I love you. I really love you. And when I asked people to say that, they feel very weird. They feel, how can you say that, Neeraj? It's like a different feeling altogether. I said, okay, let's try again. Okay, if those people who still have the problem, just try it again. And we'll add one more thing to this. I believe in you. I care for you. And I love you. Make it come from within. How does it feel? It feels awkward? It feels awkward because you never said that to yourself. Maybe this is the first time you're telling this to yourself. Because you've said this to others, but maybe you may have said it, I don't know. But maybe sometimes you don't say it to yourself. And I really feel, if you really want love, if you really want happiness, it's so important to love ourselves. If we can't love ourselves, how do you expect others to love us? Think about it. Think about it. So, where does all this, as I said, the story, where does this expectations come from? why there's a problem in relationships. Don't you think this expectation comes from somewhere else? Let me share again. That's my personal story. And so I saw a movie. I don't know when. Jo Jeeta Wo Sikandar. And after I saw that movie, I think I felt like, hey, I should get a girlfriend. That was the influence. I never thought before that. I never thought about those things. But when I saw the movie, I felt like I should have. Then again, I don't remember the year, but it's just definitely before, it's like 26, 27. And at that time, I saw this movie called Serendipity, John Cusack. If you're a lover, if you love him, just go watch this movie. But what happened after that was very interesting, because I got that feeling inside me that, hey, love is that thing in terms of, because they have this story where the girl writes something in a book and just keeps it there and says, hey, if you get this book, that means that the universe wants us to be in love. And I kind of, got into that aura of saying, hey, that's true love. What I'm trying to, and because of that, lot of things happen. I missed some good people in our life. That's what I regret now. But what I wanted to understand is, sometimes these feelings, this belief that we have, comes from 5 things. Yes, it comes from 5 things. Number 1, most important, it comes from the movies. The most important, the primary thing is about movies. The girl meets a boy, there's a fight, and there's those, and after that, they happily lived thereafter. Have you ever questioned what happens after that? What's next? Because that's never shown. Think how many movies have influenced or set up the expectation in our minds about what's there in terms of love and relationships. Think it over. The second thing is the media, how it kind of, thinks, how it programs our mind. The third thing is music. How it impacts us in terms of love and relationship, the songs that we hear. Fourth, it's maybe for somebody, but mom and dad. How we have seen our mom and dad in terms of relationship, that impacts our expectation in terms of our relationship. And the fifth, which is again very important, is marketing. Have you ever wondered, where did this concept of diamond, anytime people want to they want to propose, they propose with the help of a diamond. Why? There's a story behind it. The story is that these people, the diamond manufacturers, they wanted to increase the price of the diamond, so they made it rare, and that's why they say diamonds are a rarity. And then in the movies, they kind of sponsored it, that a man is proposing a girl with a diamond. Multiple movies were shown, and that set the expectation in our head that, hey, if we really love somebody, and if we're proposing, it has to be a diamond. And then that the carrot and all those stuff that came into it. But have you thought why a diamond has to be there? Now, girls don't get angry at me, but I'm just thinking, why a diamond? Isn't it something that has been put in our brain? What's that expectation? Sometimes it's just that we have some expectation and the reality is very different. We put some expectation, project some expectation on somebody. That influences a lot in terms of love and relationships. Please go ahead and put your comments about what it is. And that's why I put yesterday, I kind of put a small post in terms of what do we do? How do we create that beautiful relationships? Because the biggest expectation that we ever have is the expectation in terms of love and relationships. And as I said, it's a false projection. It's a false projection on a real person. You say, hey, there has to be chemistry. You know, those love affairs where, you know, you're going to a library and picking up the same book at one time, where you've gone to a grocery shop and you buy something and there's a love at first sight. All that is like, in terms of setting those expectations. Let me tell you, I'm sure everybody has seen Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. There was a friend of mine, Punjabi friend, and this was in college, and he was so obsessed with the character Simran. It's a true story that he made his wife change the name to Simran, and the entire family was behind that wife, that hey, we'll get married, but you need to change your name, and the girl had to do it. Strange, right? It's so strange. So what I'm saying is, what are the influence, what are the expectations that we have set in terms of the love and relationships? And sometimes we don't know what's there in our mind, and we get to that relationship saying that, hey, it's going to be beautiful and we're going to go to Paris and go and this and that. That's what is love all about. I don't know. I may not be a guru in all this. I may be the last person, but I'm just wondering. And I just thought, I thought I'll read a book. So I kind of, you know, if I have a book volume, thousands of books. I'm like a crazy guy. I just buy books. So I bought a book, and I had a book earlier. It was about 5 love languages, right? And beautifully it said that how do people want to be expressed in terms of love? There's an order. There's a particular specific order. Like some people say, hey, I want a woman in my life who understands me well. Now, what is the basis of that understanding? Do you want words of appreciation? Do you want gifts? Do you want a beautiful hug? Do you want quality time? Or do you want some kind of acts of service? 5 love languages. Beautifully done. That book is, you know, if you've not read that, I would strongly recommend go read that book, 5 love languages. How do you want them to express that love? Like, I'm in Vimanagar and I stay single, so I have my dog, and if you want pictures of him, go check my Insta page, and I just love cuddling that. So I come back and he's like, even if I go for a grocery shopping, I just step out and come back, he's so happy. He's so happy. He's like, it seems like I've gone from years. Think about it. What's your expectation of love? What's the expectation in terms of relationship? Sit and think deep about this 5 love languages. What is it, the order? Do you want words of appreciation? Do you want hug? Do you want some acts of service? Do you want quality time? Or do you want gifts? What is it that you're looking for, which will make you feel that you're loved? Beautiful, right? Very nice, very nice. I heard it and I felt so nice. Yeah, wow, that's significant. That's so significant. Yeah. So figure out your order. Figure out what's your order, and then maybe you can sit down with your fiance, with your partner or potential partner, and figure out what's the order. And as I said in the start, it's very important to love yourself, and that's why the exercise. Just close your eyes and always keep telling yourself, hey, I love myself. I care for myself. I believe in myself. Because until and unless you don't love yourself, you don't expect others to love you. And yeah, value yourself. So important. Don't have unrealistic expectations from your partner. Unnecessary, check. It's all about awareness. Yes, that's important. It's all about awareness. It's all about self-love and awareness. I'm not saying obsession, I'm saying awareness. And the other thing is, when I'm saying expectation, many people feel that, hey, we shouldn't have no, we should have expectation, the right expectation. So there are three things if you want to take action. One, understand your 5 love languages. 2, be aware. Awareness is so important. Be realistic. Don't project something which is done from my 5 M's, right? Movies, media, music, marketing by somebody, moms and dads, right? Don't get influenced with that, right? And the 4th important thing is love yourself. If you do that, I'm sure you would be able to create a realistic, meaningful relationship with your partner. And what I posted yesterday, a vision. Sit down and create a vision for your relationships. Because me as a sales coach, I always say, create a vision for yourself. Create a vision for yourself, right? A company should have it. A person should have a vision. We definitely have a vision, right? Similarly, in a relationship, we need to have a vision, a combined vision, which will make sure that you have a loving vision. So bless you guys. Have fun. I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm not a guru, so if you feel, put your comments below. What do you think about this? What's your views about it? Because it's so important to interact, to engage. So do tell us what you felt about it. If you have some other opinion, feel free to express it. And if you feel that there's something else you want to put a video on, feel free to send it to us, me and Sheetal. So signing off, have fun, and just wait for another video from our side. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.